Woo! Alright guys, what's up? Duke of DC here, back again at Battley Cycles in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Thank you guys. I'm going to link them in the description below. This is the Duke of DC's first time riding a Harley.
Riding through this world all alone. God takes your soul.
Alright guys, so this is a 2015 Harley Sport 750. It's a liquid-cooled 60-degree V-twin. It's different from their standard 45-degree V-twins, so it sounds different, as all Harleys are. It's belt-driven. No electronic rider aids. Nothing super fancy about the bike. It's just a genuinely cool Harley-Davidson. And I've never been on a Harley. I'm extremely excited to get on one. It's got forward controls. I guess they're slightly forward. And yeah, it sounds different from the Harleys you hear because it is that 60 degree. And because it's water cooled, it will rev up. So let's get out there. You just feel cool when you ride a Harley. Like, I think I look really cool right now. I probably don't because I'm wearing like sport bike gear. It's nice and low. The suspension is nice and cushy. I mean, this is the lifestyle, man. This is what bikes were back in the day. First thing I wish it had was some loud pipes. I'm sure that that's a pretty easy fix. It's probably even a aftermarket fix that you can buy straight from Harley-Davidson, like when you buy the bike, which would be epic. Other than that, I mean, it's super comfortable. My arms aren't stretched as far forward as I thought they would be when I looked at the seat. The positioning for the pegs is not nearly as far forward as it was on the X-Dial S, which is kind of like, you know, the new sport cruiser, if you want to call it that. It's a little bit more standard. My knees are just like bent at an L right here. I think one of the toughest things nowadays for bikes like this is that a lot of different companies are selling competitive models at competitive rates. I believe this bike comes in just under $7,000. So out the door, you know, with tax and everything like that, you're probably looking to walk away at maybe $8,500, depending on what kind of fees the dealership is going to charge wherever you are. I don't know, but that's a pretty good deal for a bike like this. I mean, 750 cc's, so you've got some power, you've got some get up and go. It's got that styling that you would want on a cruiser bike. It looks fantastic. I mean, this is an all black model, which genuinely is the only type of cruiser I would ever buy. I think all black cruisers are just the sickest looking bikes. It reminds me of Sons of Anarchy, which is the closest I've ever come to wanting to be in a motorcycle gang. It's still pretty freaking nimble, man. I mean, it's still a motorcycle, right? It's still a very nimble motorcycle. So it'll rev. You know, that's what the guy told me at the dealership. That's what Sam's the man. He was telling me because it's water cooled, you know, it'll rev up. You got a little bit more power, you got a little bit more play in that. I see what he's talking about now. I don't know anything about the specs in terms of like what kind of forks they have on this, what kind of brakes we're looking at. I'll take a look when we get off the bike at the grocery store up here that I usually stop at, but I mean, they're probably not going to be crazy impressive specs. This is a entry-level Harley, right? So it's a really low-cost Harley-Davidson. It feels great though. I have no complaints. I mean, you have to adjust your braking distances from something like, you know, brand new Brembos, sure, but that's to be expected. The suspension feels good. I like this, like, this really cushy feel to it. You get these little Harley quirks, like the vibes. It's a vibey bike when you hold it at a certain RPM, but if you are riding it like relatively docile, right, you're not pushing the limits or the vibration or anything like that, then you'll be fine. If there was an eagle flying right next to me, that is probably the only thing that could make this more American. This is like this is a perfect road to take a Harley out on. It's beautiful, open rolling fields. Love it. Got the super low kickstand, super cool, tough guy. Nope, want that off. Alright guys, so let's do a little walk around, and if the video is crazy bright, I'm sorry. It's brighter than the surface of the sun out here today. It's 1,000,000 lumens. But yeah, so this is my first time on a Harley. I don't know that I would want to own this bike in any other color. It just looks so badass in all black. Again, I'm not going to go over like the specs for the forks or anything like that. I just want to generally show you guys what this bike looks like. Kind of a high quality walk around. No frills, nothing really. Here's the 750cc 60-degree V-twin. V-twin being, you know, that cruiser style, but 60 degrees is different than most of these Harleys. Most Harleys are a 45-degree V-twin. Belt driven, like all Harleys are. And here I messed up my little foot peg. Goes down like that. Not incredibly forward controls, you can see that. It's more or less kind of standard controls. Your knees aren't, you're not pushing your feet forward, your knees are just bent. It's like sitting on a chair. If you're a cruiser person, this is a great entry-level Harley-Davidson. If you're trying to get into bikes and you want a cruiser, I would take a look at this bike because the power is not overwhelming. I think 750 cc's on paper sounds crazy, but in this format, it's very usable. And that's something that you don't get out of a lot of other styles of bike with 750 cc's. 750 cc Gixxer is terrifying. That's a terrible example, right? Because I took it to like the max level, like a 750 cc super sport bike. But you get my drift. This is a fantastic beginner bike. This is also a great bike for someone that's moving to cruisers from another style, from standard or sport bikes, and get it in all black. I mean, what are you doing if you don't get it in all black? It's just badass. Alright, we're going to make our way back to Battley Cycles and talk a little bit more about the bike, but really just enjoy the ride. I think that sometimes I get so hung up on talking about these bikes that I don't enjoy them enough. And you can't give a motorcycle a numerical value for how good it is. It's very difficult to do that because every bike is different. And not to say just like every bike is different, period. They serve different purposes. This is a cruiser bike. I can't compare this to the Hypermotard or to my Tuono or to an S1000 RR, right? There's no comparison. Can I compare it to another cruiser bike in the entry-level category? Yeah, you technically can, but it would be very difficult to do because, again, this is a different experience. But from an objective perspective, what do I think of the Harley-Davidson Sport 750? I enjoy it. I think that if you're looking for a cruiser bike and you're new to motorcycling, or if you're looking for a cruiser bike and you're just new to cruisers, this would be a very, very good choice for something to really figure out if that's the style of riding that you prefer. Alright guys, so I'm heading back to Battley. This was the first time on a Harley. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I would love to ride maybe a more upgraded version of a Harley, something with a little bit more grunt, a little bit more of that V-twin sound that Harleys are known for. But this is a fantastic base model Harley. This is a fantastic entry-level cruiser bike. So if you're looking, if you're in the market, definitely take a look at the Sport 750 from Harley-Davidson. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It helps me out, lets me know I'm doing something right. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below, please. If you have been subscribed to this channel for a while, you know that I answer everybody's comments. I'll answer any question and every question I possibly can. And as always, you guys, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. I am doing first rides and reviews, moto vlogs, collaborations with other moto vloggers, all sorts of fun stuff. And I will check you guys out on the next one. Peace!
On the devil's bed until you die.